Hello there. Many of you might not understand what I'm saying. Some of the things I'm saying are new to you, they are news to you. But the CIOs and my chef Harare, they understand very well what I'm saying. It's not new to them, it's very well understood, and they get the message very clear. But there's many of them who are part and parcel of the looting spree. Therefore, they know that they are being handled by the British, and they know that they are being protected by the British, and that give them excessive confidence to do as they please against the people of God in Zimbabwe because they believe they are untouchable. Mnangagwa fell short to include the British when he said, "What can you do to us? We're the soldiers, we're the police, we're the intelligence." He forgot to tell you. Actually, he deliberately did not tell us that they are also the British corrupt politicians who aid them in high level international discourse because they know what they are protecting. They know that the loot that they are protecting also aids some of the global financial institutions, global commodity trading companies, and global banking systems that actually work for the purposes of zombifying our economy, zombifying our people, destroying the lives of our people with so much poverty, perennial poverty, and drought in the economy, such that we will have no choice but to surrender to the British hegemony and rush to the passport office so that we can all go to Europe and be and be cheap labor for their corporates. Because these corporations that run the world believe that they have got their claws all over the world, and they believe that these poor countries like Zimbabwe are third world countries that no one of note cares about them. They think that the FBI or Pentagon has got no time to bother about these weak, useless Zimbabweans, so they can do as they please, even if there was mounting evidence, for there is mounting evidence in investigative bureaus against these people that I'm talking about. So you see, people in FBI and the CIA know exactly what I am talking about, and they know exactly who those people they are. I might not have the evidence myself, but they have the evidence. The CIA says the spirit of the living God. The CIA has got enough evidence to lock away a lot of British politicians who are at it in Zimbabwe. But the CIA is not going to arrest them for now because they are collecting evidence. But be very careful, because at any given political moves, as the political situation in the world is very fluid, I wouldn't cross out a possibility when the other politicians in the world need to deal with those British politicians. They might bring up the crimes committed against humanity in Zimbabwe. And in that time, it will be the end of those British politicians and their Zimbabwean counterparts in Harare, who for a long time thought they were safe, but they will realize that there is nobody who is safe from Jehovah. For that evidence that has been collected by the CIA and the FBI is still kept safe for a time when it is needed to be used. When you are in the political wrong seat at any given moment or time, that evidence can come up and it will touch you. I don't care who you are. I don't care you work in the British Foreign Office, you work for the British government for so many years. You've been in the Zimbabwean government, flying from Harare to London to deliver the loot and to report back and forth, thinking that your system of operation is very safe, not knowing that there is somebody that is watching you. Or there's many intelligence agencies in the world that have got enough intelligence and enough information about all sorts of all level of corruption being done by all people in all sorts of levels, from the lower levels, the middle levels, and the upper levels. So do not think that just because you're Itim Nangagwa or Itim Nangagwa's son or wife or friend connected to some queen in England or wherever, do not think that you have got a chance to survive the growth of the Lord. For the Lord has got agents. The Bible says, I've kept myself 7,000 men who have not bowed down to Baal, even in the UK, even in the United States, even in Zimbabwean government itself. There are people that have not bowed down to Baal, and they've got enough evidence to put two gentlemen and ladies away. So do not be too satisfied when you're listening to me, and then you say, who am I? What can I do? What message do I know? What Lord do I have? Yes, yes, yes. Look at me and laugh, but know that the one that sent me, the one who sent me has got support. The one that sent me is not a poor waiter like me. The one that sent me is the owner. He says, the silver and gold is mine. He's the Lord of all the earth, the Lord of all the universe, and all men and women fit in the palm of his hands. And he has got servants who are dedicated and fully will be ready to be activated by him anytime he begins and decides to activate them. So do not be so do not lay comfortable there in Harare, for at any time the Spirit of the living God shall come like a thief and notify you that it's time, say, it's time, son, Zimbabwe must be free, and Zimbabwe must be free now. It shall be demanded of you that you let go of the oppressive nature that you are. Do not think that the Lord is a fool. When he is sending someone like me, he knows that you will not listen to me, because you will think that you are safe whilst you are in that office or in that restaurant, eating that, drinking that coffee and eating that food with your friends, watching my video and telling your friend that I know this one is crazy. Who does he think he is? You who do not know that even the one that you are sitting with is actually a servant of the Lord, and he too doesn't like what you're doing. And he is the one that the Lord is going to use, because there are 7,000 that have not bowed to Baal. Yes, even there in that Harare, in that presidency, in that office of the presidency and state house itself, right on the inside of state house, there is those that have not bowed down to Baal. Yes, even in that Mnangagwa family itself, even in Mnangagwa's family itself, there is those that have not bowed down to Baal, and they will not be part of this nonsense any longer. The Lord is going to activate them any given moment. Do not wait for Chamisa to give you a signal. The signal is going to come from Jehovah. You will feel it in your spirit. You will hear him speak, and you will hear him directing you. And the Lord's entities are at work right now, even as I speak. The activation, the Lord is already activated his weaponry. This weaponry is his parlayed his weaponry across the strata, and they are busy at it doing that which the Lord is instructing them to do, for the final demise of the corrupt activities that don't only start in Harare but go all the way to Britain itself, and some of them can be found in other Western countries. But the Lord is gonna be able to sniff them all of them, no matter how hidden, or even if you are hide in safe Washington places or in safe carcasses in Washington Senate, thinking that because you are a United States senator, a white male Republican, you think that you have got all the support system in the world and safety in your houses in America. God shall use evidence against you. The FBI and the CIA also has got evidence against you, or senator, waiting for next year's elections. God will expose you and you will lose those elections. God will touch you in a way that he desires fit, because of your refusal to set Zimbabwe free, for your refusal to set us free. You are not letting the oppressed free. Therefore, you, Pharaoh, almighty international entity, whom the Lord is going to call Pharaoh, the Lord will do exactly what he did to Pharaoh, and he shall bring you down. Like a man, like the Bible talks about the stars being brought down at the end of the age, so shall the stars of this world, the stars of the political world, the stars of the business world, the stars of the banking world, who are all over the world eating and dining the oppression of my people. And one day God shall pass a judgment, and all of those stars shall fall down to the abyss, and our people shall be free. Have a great afternoon.